Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a story time, as you can see in the title, that I got drugged or roofied. I don't know, whatever you want to call it, but let's just get right into it. So this was during the time that I was in cosmetology school, beauty school, and I attended night school. So I would go from like 4 to 10. Cosmetology school is all about hours, so you need to get a certain amount of hours in order to graduate. So day school people were allowed to come into night school if they needed to make up hours or whatever. So there were some, hold on, oh, sorry guys. So there were some day school people who would often, be in our night school, which is fine. So there's this one guy who, he was like an older guy, come to night school. And this was like for 2 weeks straight, like he was always coming to night school. So everybody didn't have a set station, so you could set anywhere you wanted. Every single day you could switch up. So one day he was already there because we would start school, it would start and we would go upstairs and do like book work and everything, and then for the first like 2 hours, and then the next rest of the night we would be down working on our heads and waxing or working with clients, whatever. So he had set up station, and then I set up station beside him, and so that's how I met this individual. Let's call him Tony. That's how I met Tony. And so we were talking and everything, and then from the next few nights, like, we exchanged numbers, we were talking. He seemed like a very cool person. He, back then I was like a very, I know, so bad, a very like, I just wanted to get high, like smoke weed, that's it. I just wanted to get high and like just chill and have like a good time. And I thought that this person was like the same way. He was an older man, but like he seemed cool. Like his vibe and energy seemed, cool. It seemed right up with like what I wanted to do. Like we like talked and everything, and it was a fun time. Me and this guy, we had exchanged numbers. So me and Tony, we would exchange numbers and we would text every now and again. And he was like, oh, you should come over, we should hang out. And I was always, with friends and stuff, and I was like, yeah, I should, I should, but never did. So this day I had nothing to do. All my friends were on vacation or just busy doing something. He had hit me up and was like, what are you doing? I was like, you know what, I'm bored, I'm not doing anything, now would be a cool time, like I want to get high, like, let me just go hang out with this person. Never hung out with him before, but again, he seemed like he was cool energy, like a cool vibe. So I was like, not doing anything. He was like, you want to come hang out, like we could smoke and just chill, just kick it. And I was like, sure, like send me the address, I'll be there. So I got ready, went over there. So I went over there and I get there and he's outside on the like front like step, because they were like, it was townhouses. So he's there waiting. So I go over there, I'm like, hey, what's up? So he takes me into the house, and I get into the house, and he says that he lives with his like sister and like his family, but those people were out, they were away on vacation. So I go there and I enter into the house, and the upstairs of the house is dark, like pitch black, like dark. I don't know if they have blackout like blinds or what, but like literally it was black, like dark in there, and it was daytime, so they must have had like blackout curtains or something, because I strictly remember like it was dark in there. So I'm like, okay, this is weird, but then we go down into the basement, and then that's where like, I guess he lives, or that's where his room is. And so we get into the basement, it's lit up and everything, so I'm like, okay, cool. Um, so we get into the basement, we go, and he takes me into this room, which is his bedroom, I'm assuming. And I sat down, and he's like, we're just talking a little bit, chatting it up. And then he's like, okay, well, let me go get the weed. And it's in another room. So he leaves, goes out into another room, and he's there for a while, like a good like 2 minutes. Like, then he comes back, and he's like very like, you know, up and like acting like that. And I'm like, okay. And then he has a bag of weed, and then he smells it, and he's like, oh, this isn't it. He's like, this isn't it, this isn't mine, this isn't it. And he's like, I'll be back. And he goes again, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? So he's gone, and he comes back, and then he sits down, and he starts rolling up, and I'm just quiet, like they're just waiting for him to roll up. So he rolls up, he hands me the blunt and the lighter, and he's like, there you go, like, light it up. And I'm like, you don't want to? Like, you rolled it. I'm used to people, like, they roll it, they're going to spark it up first. But he was like, no, like, go ahead. You know, still very, like, high energy at this point now. And I'm like, okay. And so I light it up. I start smoking it. I'm like, okay. I just start smoking it, chilling out. I pass it to him, and he gets up out of the room. Tony gets up out of the room, and he's like, oh, I gotta go to the bathroom, so you just keep smoking it. And I was like, okay. So I take a few more hits, and I just start feeling like so weird. I'm like, something is wrong. I'm like, I don't know, like paranoid. Like, I'm just like, something is not. I don't really necessarily remember how I felt, because this was so long ago. But I was just like, something is not right. Like, I do not feel good. So I literally, he was still gone in the bathroom. Tony was. So I literally put it out, grabbed my stuff, my purse, because I brought my purse, and I ran. Like, I ran out of that house, up the steps, through the dark, like, room and everything. I remember this. Like, I clearly remember running out of his house. And next thing I know, he was behind me, like, where are you going? Where are you going? Like, what's going on? Like, and I'm like, I have to go. And, like, neighbors, thank God, because I don't know what would have happened if not. But neighbors were like, this family was walking, like going on a little walk, and I was just like, I have to go. I have to go. I have to leave. So he's like looking around and stuff, and it's like, okay. And he like goes back into his house. I get into my car, and I'm just start bawling. Like, I just start crying, and I'm just sitting there, because like, I don't know what's going on. So I'm like, I have to get out of here. Like, I need to leave. So I start my car, and I start driving, and I get to the stop sign, and guys, I was stuck. I was literally stuck at that stop sign. Like, I remember cars like beeping behind me, like honking their horn, and like cars like going past me, but I could not move. I literally, like, I don't know what, I could not move from that spot. I was literally stuck at that stop sign for what felt like forever. And then after that, I swear, guys, I made it home. I was home. My car was there. I was home, but I absolutely do not remember how I got home. I do not remember the car ride home. I don't remember how I got home. And I was out. And then to the next day, and I don't even remember what time I woke up, but I know this was still like during the day when I got there and left, but I didn't wake up until the next day, and I don't even know what time it was. But I hit him up, and I was like, what happened? What did you give me? Like, what was it? Like, that, something is wrong. Like, that was not like just weed in there. That was not weed, like just weed. And he was like, oh, Tony was like, oh, you're crazy, you just like just telling me that I'm crazy, and I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, I've smoked enough weed. Like, you don't forget everything. Like, you don't just forget everything. And I woke up feeling like so bad, like a horrible hangover. Like, I woke up feeling awful. I don't know what he gave me. I don't know what had happened. Like, it's crazy. I don't know what he gave me. He would never tell me. Like, he would never admit to it, which, I mean, makes sense. Like, why would you tell somebody? But the fact that I don't remember anything, like, I don't know what he would have done to me, like what would have happened. Very scary. So I just want to put this story out there for you girls to know, like, just don't trust people. Like, people are so scary in this world. Like, you just don't know. Like, don't go to anybody's place alone. Don't go to anybody's, just don't do it. Just don't smoke from anybody who you don't know. Drink from anybody you don't know. Like, people are very scary. Like, just be safe. I wanted to put my story out there just for you guys to, like, don't be dumb like me and just, you know, be crazy and you're bored and you meet somebody and you don't know these people. So just be very cautious. People are scary. But thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and bye.